In this video, I'm going to talk about a concept that I never hear anybody talking about when it comes to running, and it's how you should be engaging your core as you run. So if you haven't seen my how to actually engage your core video, then go watch that. But basically, we're just going to take those concepts and now apply it to when we actually go to run, whether we're doing a little jog, we're doing a moderate intensity run, or we're all out sprinting. These principles are all going to stay consistent, and they're going to translate to how your hips are activated, how your arms are swinging. All of those things are going to come from proper activation of the core, and it's going to help you get rid of any nagging aches, pains, or tendon issues that you're having as you go on your run. So getting right into it, the first concept is knowing how to create tension in your core. So a good way to think about this is just compressing everything inwards. So you're just really compacting everything as if somebody's gonna punch you in the stomach, and you want to be able to have a rock solid torso to be able to resist the force of the punch. So that's the first concept. Then second, you want to be able to push against that tension with pressure built up from the inside out. So it's as if you see a lot of weightlifters, they'll push their belly out against a weightlifting belt. That's good, but they're missing that first initial concept of creating that tension 360 degrees around their torso. And it's basically acting as if a weightlifting belt is on your torso, and then that's what you're gonna push out against. So another way to conceptualize this is just like your cheeks, right? You can just blow them out without me even taking an inhale or an exhale. I could just redirect the pressure in my mouth to blow up my cheeks. Same thing with your core, with your chest, with even different joints like your shoulders and your hips, getting deep into that pelvic floor region and feeling yourself push out in all different directions. So up, down, side, all 360 degrees around your torso is where you want to feel that pressure build up against the tension that your muscles are creating. So all you're going to do is just sit there. A good way to practice this is you can either get down on the ground, you can get into something like a bear crawl position, or you could get into more of like this regressed kind of plank position, making sure that one, you're keeping that spine elongated nice and tall, and that's going to coincide with you picking your rib cage up away from your pelvis. So instead of kind of being slumped like this and everything's kind of sagging, I'm actually pulling my rib cage up. And partly what helps you do that is the shoulder complex, and I'll probably have to make a whole nother video on that because I don't want this one to be too crazy complex. But you're basically pulling your rib cage up all around so that you can have this nice decompressed posture that now leaves space for you to create pressure and to activate your muscles properly as you run. So you're gonna think about those concepts as you do whatever kind of core exercises, whether again you're in this bear crawl position in all fours. I'm just here thinking nice tall spine, getting everything in place, creating that pressure from front to back and top to bottom, and really just making sure that as I really create that tension and compression in the beginning and then push out against that, I want to really make sure that I'm lengthening the entire torso as well. Because what I'll see a lot of the times, I'll couple this with breathing. So I'll have people go exhale to compact and then inhale to pressure against. And a lot of the times when people take that exhale, they'll kind of do one of these. And now everything's closed off and it's tight in the front. I want you to be able to exhale and you keep that length in your tissues, especially the front of your core, because this tends to be super shortened a along with the hip flexors in a lot of people who sit at a desk all day and just sit all day in general. So you got to make sure that you're keeping that length through the entire chain. And then as you do some of these core exercises to activate for your run, then you can think about using those inhales, full inhales and full exhales, like 100% exhale, or at least as close as you can get to that. And you're just gonna feel the core compact, and then you're gonna keep that compaction, if that's a word, as you take an inhale. So instead of compacting and then I'm now gonna go to inhale and I let go of it all, you're gonna compact and then inhale and really fill up that whole entire abdominal cavity. So then it's real simple. You just take your time. What I like to do is I'll set up for like 30, 60, sometimes more if I'm about to get into a set of running, whether, again, I'm gonna do a 30-meter sprint, a 60-meter kind of chill run, or whatever it is. I'm gonna sit here, stand, I'm gonna feel that pressure through my entire cavity, feel that good rib cage positioning. And then once I feel ready, once everything feels locked in the way that I want to, then I'm gonna get into my run. So when I do that, I feel more connected. I feel like things just move more effortlessly. It just feels really elastic and energetic, as opposed to being slow and heavy on each of my steps. So take that into your running. Even if you don't do it perfectly the first time, which you probably won't, there's a whole series of exercises and progressions that you can use to work up to being able to sprint and hold that positioning that I cover in my program with all of my paid clients. And if that's something that you'd want to do, is have a personalized regimen for you and your specific imbalances. Because at the end of the day, I could teach you these core principles, but everybody's gonna have some little nuances that are slightly different, whether your shoulder is a little bit internally rotated, or maybe your spine is twisted to the right or to the left a little bit. We're gonna have to assess you, find these little micro differences, and really give you targeted exercises to work on just that. So if that's something that you're interested in, that personalized programming to progress you up to being able to run full speed, do whatever sprints and sport activities that you want to be able to do pain-free, and just perform at your ultimate peak, then book a call down below and we'll see if it's a good fit to work together. Catch you in the next one.